Jazzcast Pros.
Welcome back to Beauty Boss Millionaire. I'm your host, Felicia Fracassi, and we are talking on the 6 C's of credit worthiness because lenders look at these 6 C's to help determine the credit worthiness of the business that's applying for financing. And the objective of today's episode is really just to get you ready to apply for financing. If you're at the stage in your business where you've kind of proven yourself, you have a set track record of numbers, cash flow, and you want to apply for some credit, what lenders are looking for. We're going to get into that.
Welcome back to the Beauty Boss Millionaire podcast with daily on-the-go episodes packed with testimonies and business tips to help you create financial freedom through entrepreneurship. Hosted by the owner of Fracassi Lashes and the Blow Dry Lounge, the Beauty Boss Millionaire herself, Felicia Fracassi.
First of all, I want to just thank everyone that is taking their business seriously. I really am so grateful that you guys are still sticking with me through this. I see all the downloads. I see all the user IDs. I see everyone that's logging in. And it really means a lot. You know, I appreciate you really just taking your business seriously, taking it to that next step on Beauty Boss Millionaire, and tuning in every day to get the info, to grow your business, and to fight for freedom, financial freedom, and to fight for your family's future, and to get yourself up out of the situation that you're in. All right, let's get started. The first C is capacity. Lenders will evaluate your business and the financial capacity that you have that will support the loan obligations as well as the operating expenses. Typically, a business needs to have $1.25 of income to support every dollar of debt service. The extra 25 cents provides a cushion for your business to absorb unexpected business expenses or any type of downturn. So just remember that a business will need to have $1.25 of income to support a dollar of debt service. The extra 25 cents is just, again, to be a cushion in case anything goes wrong. You always got to leave a little bit of room. I leave more than that. I leave more room than that in case something goes wrong. The next thing that they're going to look for in a business is they're looking for capital. They want to look for what your business may own, capital assets such as cash and equipment that could be used to support your credit application. You and others may have invested funds in the business as well, which is also important in the consideration from the lender. The amount of capital assets and equity you have on hand, that'll say a lot about prospects for receiving financing. People like to see that you have some weight in the game, some skin in the game. Collateral. So a lot of times when they go to lend you money, they're looking for collateral. What do you have to weigh against it? Asset lenders may accept a secure loan. They may accept some of your collateral to do the secure loan. Accounts receivable is a collateral. Inventory is collateral. Cash is collateral. Equipment and commercial real estate are all forms of collateral. So if you have those, that's good. Again, they want to make sure that you're not going to run off with their money, point blank. When you estimate the value of your collateral, a lender will look for liens, existing debt owed, and they just want to make sure that the collateral, they're going to be the first person in place. If something goes wrong, that they can have it first. This is also the same in real estate, by the way. I've done a lot of deals where I go to hard money lenders and they're like, all right, what kind of collateral do you have, Felicia? In case this deal goes wrong, we can actually get our money back in some other way so you're not just running off with the money. And a lot of times I'll just use one of my real estate properties or a few of my properties to get a $1 million loan or a $2 million loan, and I use my collateral. So collateral is really nice. The problem is that if you actually have a lien or there's an existence of a lien, it may disqualify the collateral as support for the loan. So unfortunately, if there's a lien on something, more than likely they're not going to lend to you because there's already a lien. Someone's already in first position. The next C is conditions. For example, the state of the economy. We all just went through this whole pandemic. Industry trends are important. Pending legislation, reviews of your businesses are all conditions that are considered by lenders. And the factors that are evaluated, to give you this loan application. There's always conditions that people say, oh, well, right now we can't loan to this because there's something going on with our economy that you may not be able to sustain your business. They have to use common sense. It's not just black and white. We always have to look at all variables. Lenders look at all variables before they decide on your business. And they even look at the sustainability of your business. How stable is it? Is it going to crash in the next year? Is it a trend that may fade out very quickly? Those are all conditions. The next C is character. I cannot say enough about character. It is so important that you have character in your business, and that could be simply your work experience. I remember one time I went before an investor, and he looked at my rap sheet, and he was like, wow, you've never, ever taken out a loan before? And I'm like, no, I've done this all myself, self-funded all these stores. He was like, wow, like this was like amazing to him. He's like, I am not as strong as you. And I said, well, I don't really think it's about being strong. I just tried not to use debt services. But he had a lot of money. And he said, I know, but I want to make sure that you don't have to struggle anymore. You don't, because there's sacrifices that I've made that I probably I didn't have to make, but I did make those sacrifices. So I don't like owing money. I just don't. But a lot of times when you have a business, sometimes you're going to have to just take the money in advance so you're not stressing yourself out. Like I remember one time I had opened up a new store and it took a little bit longer than I wanted to for it to catch on. Instead of it taking 3 months like it typically does, it took 6 months. I think it may have been a little bit longer. And it still was doing good. It's just that it's a different market. So sometimes you don't know. And it took so long that I actually had to sell one of my cars. I have 5 cars, but I had to sell one of my vehicles. And I just got the cash out of it. It was a car I paid cash for. I just sold one of it. I was like, oh, that one's going for it. And I ended up paying the rent with it and a few supplies just because I wanted not to go into my personal funds. I didn't want to do that. And because of my character, the reason why I went off on this tangent is because of my character with the man. And he looked at how much of business character that I had. He was willing to take that risk on me. And those are the traits that your lender will consider. Your personal integrity is also really good. And, you having a good reputation in your city, or you just being a really good person and having a good name, having a good brand. Sometimes when people hear your business, they say, oh yeah, that's a great business. Oh yeah, I know her. So that's kind of the integrity that you want to have for your business and for you. Or some people don't even know I own the business, but they have a great love for the brand. So just remember that your integrity and the standing of that is just closely tied to the success of the business, which are the utmost important thing for your business. Your character and your business character always outweighs anything else. Some people will just give you money because they know the brand. And the last C, which you would think everyone would know, is simply communication. Your willingness to communicate with your banker or with the other advisors about opportunities and challenges your business faces is really key for partnership, because you want them to say, look, as long as I can communicate to this person, you're answering your phone, you're telling, them what's going on, because now they're invested into your business. Now they're not only invested money, there's a little of an emotional tie and emotional investment into your business. How's that business doing? I remember my guy would check on me. How's it going in Florida? How's your stores doing there? And I remember, I walked out of the office after they wrote me a really large check. I'm not a person that likes to borrow money at all. So this was a big step when I did this years back ago. So when I walked out their office with this large check, I remember his attorney who was in-house, one of my investors' attorney, he cut the check. And I still have his note. And he said, congratulations, kiddo. I hope you make $1 million. And it was so cute because my business was already doing really good numbers. And I just thought the note was so cute. I actually went and put it in my Bible. And here I am years later doing just that. It was like he almost prophesied that into my life when he gave me that check, because he knew that I was going to be a wise steward with that money. And I was going to multiply it and multiply it and multiply it. And it's so crazy. Actually, I had a term to pay him back over like a certain amount of time. I think it was like 5 years. And like I had the amortization schedule, which is like the amount you have to pay back versus interest versus principal, all that stuff. I remember I paid the man back within 2 years. I brought his money back early because I don't like to have debt, because I knew over time I'd have to pay more debt. So if you can, pay these people back early. That's a little self-note for me to you, just a little tip. Life hack, business hack, whatever you want to call it. But make sure you pay your investors back early. Just look and see if there's any penalty to pay early. Mine didn't have anything in there. And so I just paid it off early. And it was so beautiful to see me do this and for them to be so impressed. I think somewhere in the back of their heads, I don't know, because I'm a girl or maybe I'm a Black female, I don't know. Sometimes people think we're going to fumble the ball. But no, honey, I didn't fumble the ball. Matter of fact, I brought you back your ball early and I gave you a bigger ball. That's how you do it, Beauty Boss Millionaire style. These are the things that lenders are looking for. Make sure you have all of these things ready to go before you go to a lender. Thanks for tuning in to Beauty Boss Millionaire.